Hey, everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Mosensia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Mosensia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Mosensia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Mosensia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music, Podbean, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, makes great gifts year-round for family, friends, and loved ones. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Mosensia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also cool merchandise like T-shirts, pop sockets, also phone cases, hoodies, and a lot more. Amazon.com/Mia Mosensia. And also don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show with your generous donation on Anchor FM, also on the Mike Wagner Show and PayPal. Make sure you give generously today. We're here with a terrific gentleman who's a worldwide celebrity photographer from New York and who has photographed hundreds of celebrities, including Boy George, Nile Rodgers, Cyndi Lauper, Adam Ant, Bette Midler, B-52s, the Stray Cats, the list goes on and on. He's also known for shooting editorial, portrait, fashion runways like Sue Wong's Fest, also at festivals, and plus contributed to Rolling Stone, Billboard, Louder Than War, BuzzFeed, Get Out, and more, and also teamed up with numerous artists, journalists, and other PR firms, and also has been on the concert circuit, and he's got some great stories to tell. We'd like to hear about his amazing career. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful downtown New York City, the very multi-talented celebrity photographer and the very amazing Billy Hess. Billy, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's great to have you on board, and I checked out your work as well, too, and it is amazing. I gotta say that. So
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
lots of great stuff, too. So you're a worldwide celebrity photographer from New York who has photographed hundreds of celebrities, including Boy George, Nile Rodgers, Cyndi Lauper, Adam Ant, and more. You're also known for shooting editorial, portrait, fashion runways, and also at festivals. You also contributed to Rolling Stone, Billboard, Louder Than War, and also on BuzzFeed as well, too. And you also have teamed up with numerous artists, journalists, and other PR firms as well, too. And your work is pretty much just worldwide, and we'd like to talk more about that. And before we get into it, Billy, tell us how I first got started.
Well, I first got started photography. I did it as a hobby. It's sort of like getting the heat off the melon, to relieve stress. And my father, God rest his soul, he was always into shooting pictures and movie cameras. We were poor. We lived in the projects, but he had this camera that he got from when he was in the Navy in Germany, little bellow cam. Oh my God, I'm telling you my age now. 35 millimeter film, and he gave me that camera to use, and an old 8 millimeter movie camera.
Oh, I remember those. Yes, those are a lot of fun to have.
So we were poor, so that one thing was kept us off the streets, and me and my friends made movies. We made big horror movies we made, and special effects, and we would knock walls down in the projects and pretend someone's under it, and have cats eating chicken skin with ketchup on people's faces. They thought we were nuts, but you know what? That's all we did. We did stuff like that, and I took pictures of her. I like to take natural wildlife. That's how I started. And then as I got older, I got into music. And I was a singer. I was a rockabilly singer. I was a new wave singer. I was an Elvis impersonator at one time. And I kind of love doing that. And then I had a gig ready to go to Vegas, and then I got married and had kids, so I didn't go to that path. So the passion of music and the passion of photography, I put it together, and right now I think my niche is, is concert photography. I just feel it's such a thrill and a passion for me, being a musician at one time. I really enjoy the adrenaline rush of having to shoot only like 3 songs.
Mhm.
When you shoot an A-list person, you have like 3 songs and that's it. And the challenge to get that 3 songs, to get your shot, it's very exciting, and I really enjoy doing it. And I try to when I shoot someone, I try to not just shoot a picture. I like to take a photograph. I like this. If you're a singer, I size you up. If I know you, it's easier. If I don't even know you, I could size you up really quick, and I can see when you're into song, getting into the song. I want you to feel that photograph. I don't want you to just see that photograph. So that's what I try to do on everybody, whether you're in my studio doing a headshot, or whether I'm not, I'm shooting your concert. I always try to do that, and try to get in the heart, in the soul of the photograph, so you could see it, feel it. I feel it, not just see it, and I think that's very important.
And that's amazing as well, too, especially with all the photographs I've seen as well, too. We'll talk about some of those. And what was that one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you're doing for the rest of your career?
Well, what I did was that I hooked up with a person on World Apart band named Aaron Paul. He came from England and tried to make it on his own here as a singer, and I met him through an event, a friend's event, a celebrity chef's event that I was shooting. And I met him, and then I wanted to help him out to shoot. I said, I'll shoot some photographs for you and stuff like that. So I shot his album cover and this and that. He said, you should really do this. You love it. Why don't you do it professionally?
Mm,
And then I met up with PR queen Eileen Shapiro. I know you know her, and
amazing.
she's an amazing person, and we're very good friends. And when we first met, when Aaron Paul introduced me to her, she said to me, "Are you any good?" I love her. You're any, yeah, everybody's a fight. You're any good. You know how Eileen is, and I really turned me on because, like, I like people that are straight up, and I said, yeah, I think so. I mean, I said yes. I didn't say think so. I said yes. So give me, and we were friends ever since, and we opened the doors, and we're on this journey together, and it started like simple, and now it just skyrocketed. We now, I just shot Randy Edelman's cover for his new
Mm,
single, and that's coming out soon. He's a famous composer, and I mean, I was staying busy. I'm not as busy as I want to be right now. I'm kind of getting a little antsy right now. I want to be in a photo pit. I want to be in the pit
mhm.
of a stadium, or because I'm, I want to get going again. And then right now we're just like in limbo.
Mhm.
We get all excited. We got something going, and all of a sudden, boom, it's canceled. So.
Mhm. That seems to be effect on a lot of people as well, too, that even like on remote locations, people are, had to cancel because of COVID. And of course, being in the pit and everything else and taking these pictures. And what have you been doing with your time, like during the shutdown and everything else, besides like, take headshots and, other projects and all that? What are some other things you've been doing, during this time, like, the lockdown and everything like that?
I've been doing some corporate work. I've been doing some. My studio is basically in my house. Like, right, this is my office upstairs, but I have a studio I set up downstairs, and basically doing headshots. And and I've done a couple of things during COVID too. I've done Leon Robinson from Leon and the People. Leon Robinson was he's an actor, famous actor, good singer. I
Hmm.
did his band, Leon and People. He was in Madonna's video, like a prayer.
Hmm.
So I shot him here, but he, and he's very careful too, because he's in the motion. Nobody went here that wasn't vaccinated. So, we keep, we make it covert, you know, as protection, you know what I'm saying? So everybody has to be, no one's allowed in the set unless they're vaccinated, so we try everything we can, to do that.
Hmm. And who are some of your favorite photographers growing up?
You know what? I really don't have you know what? As Art Wolf, I'd have to say. he did wildlife and wolves. I'm big into wolves. I've shot wolves at the conservatory here. They in Westchester County. They have a conservatory, a wolf conservatory. So I really like wildlife. So I really liked Art Wolf. Um, and that's basically wildlife was my favorite, and mm, that's probably my and Ansel Williams. I mean, there's some old ones, and I'm old school, old school like that. But what influenced me in photography, I can't say that there's not one photographer that influenced me on stage, just the pictures did of concert pictures I saw, and some of them are great, and I like the old Studio 54 pictures and black and whites. I love black and white, and being that I went to Studio 54 in my younger day, it's like seeing those pictures are, nostalgic, and it's amazing. Actually, I just met, and I don't know his name. I feel so I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. He shot some famous people, and he can't even use the photos.
Hmm.
He can't even use the photos because of the family owned the estate, and he can't even use the photos, and he has so many beautiful photos, and it's a shame, like maybe another 10 years from now he can use them, but it's see right now it's you got to remember, as a photographer, this is for any photographers that are listening, don't give up your rights to your pictures. That's a big thing where a lot of some A-list stars will give you a contract that's like that you lose all rights to the photograph. You don't want to do that. You want to use it for editorial if you can. If not, you want to be able to at least put it in a book, coffee table book someday when you retire. So don't give up. It's like don't if you drew a picture, because photography is an art to me and to everybody. It's an art. So if you don't own that art and don't have your name on it, it's not worth shooting to me. And what happens is so many photographers out there flooding the market that people will just get people. And if you shoot 200 pictures, you may get lucky and get a couple pictures. So what happened, that hurts the business, because people will just do it for nothing and give all their rights away. It hurts. It hurts the business. And I'm writing a book about it, by the way.
Oh, are you currently in a process right now?
Yeah, writing it. I'm on chapter 4, and it's basically all access. It's gonna go really on. Instead of doing I was asked to do like a tabletop book, and I'm like, I'd rather do something that someone can get out of it and use it. And it's basically how to get backstage, how to get photo passes, how to get along with celebrities, the do's and the don'ts. Like it's like photography 101 etiquette. Like how to handle yourself in a pit, how to handle yourself on a red carpet, which I hate, red carpet.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's almost like an overstatement, it seems like.
Right. I don't know if you ever interviewed on a red carpet. It's terrible. It's not terrible. It's like a den of wolves. And then you never know who you're standing next to. You're standing next to someone with a camera, or you're standing someone next to with a phone, that had a connection to get somewhere. Like even in some of the A-list places, people are getting in there, the amateurs are getting in there, and they're stealing your light. But if you're on a red carpet and you work with professionals, like I've worked with Rolling Stones next to me and all, then we know we got it. Everybody gets their photograph. Then you get sometimes in there that people are just rude, and it's not one of my favorite things to do.
You know something? I love to talk about some of the celebrities you've had experience with, good, bad, everything like that. And the red carpet later on, we'll talk about your book in just 1 minute. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SonicWeb Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, SonicWeb Studios is the answer. SonicWeb Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson has garnered great reviews and even been endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Molson, available on Amazon. Also, check out The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on over 30 podcast platforms. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out The Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson for great merchandise, cool books, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson. Also, support The Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and themikewagnershow.com. Make sure you give generously today. We're here with a worldwide celebrity photographer from New York, Billy Hess, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And, talked about how you got started in photography, combining music together, which is just totally amazing. And you also photographed hundreds of celebrities. And maybe you can just talk about some of those. So you did Boy George, Nile Rodgers, and Cyndi Lauper, Adam Ant, Bette Midler, and more. Maybe just tell us about some of the people you've photographed, and also some stories like, behind it. Like you said, you had some really good guests, rude guests, red carpet, and everything like that. So.
I have to say, on the red carpet, the celebrities are usually pretty good. It's usually the photographers are sometimes could be a little rude, and because everybody wants to look the best on the red carpet. So celebrities are pretty much pretty good for that. You may get one that may rush through that don't, and other than that, 9 out of 10 times they're great. I never had a real problem with any celebrity that I shot. Like everybody, you just have to be. The celebrity has to trust you. Knowing that you're not going to make them look bad. In a bad light, and I always believe my reputation is, if you were a celebrity and I'm shooting you, and I'm shooting, let's just even say, because I do shoot New York City after parties too, I'm not going to shoot you in a bad situation or anything like that. I'm going to, your image is going to be my focus. I will never make someone look bad. There's a lot of photographers out there that'll shoot that picture and sell it like, 10 years from now,
Almost like the paparazzi or National Enquirer. Some people do that just to make quick cash.
Paparazzi, I'm very anti-paparazzi. Like in New York, we don't tolerate that here. I notice in LA and stuff, it's a little different, but here we don't tolerate that here. New York City would not allow people to harass people like that. Does it happen? Yeah, but not like LA. Paparazzi are a bad thing. Selling a picture and making someone look bad. It's like, listen, there's so much. Artists are beautiful people, and there's a lot of, and many of them are beautiful, and everybody has their own style and everything, and capture that. Always looking for something bad, to sell a photograph, and that's totally not me. And so I got a chance to meet a lot of them, and I'll tell you about the Boy George story. I was shooting the B-52s actually, and because I've shot. Well, I knew one of the members there, Fred Schneider, for a while. He's a friend of mine, and I always was going to and finally got a chance to shoot his band. And he was with Boy George, and then what happened was Boy George's photographer didn't show up.
Uh-oh.
So PK, which is his manager, he is the husband of one of the Hollywood housewives. I forgot her name. He said he knew Eileen, and he said, I seen a photographer there. Can you get him to shoot? And he goes, yeah, you can choose Billy Hess, blah, blah, blah. So I met PK. He goes, do you know PK? I said, no. And me and Eileen are like the Devil Wears Prada. You ever seen the movie Devil Wears Prada?
Yes, I remember watching that. Oh my gosh, that was an amazing movie.
But let me tell you, me and Eileen are like that. We know probably why we get along with celebrities, because we're not starstruck ever. And that's why a lot of times we become friends with them. We're like if we're in an after party or we're in a networking event, we need the person next to us as a superstar is walking by to say, oh, that's so and so, that's so and so. We don't know nothing. I have to say, what's the song? But Eileen's worse than me. She'll have an A-list actress and she'll say, who should I shoot this? I said, Eileen. She's like, A-list. you know, you got to do it. Like, so that's how we are. So it's kind of funny. And I guess when we meet celebrities, they know that we're not, you know, we're just like, we're not starstruck. So we get along with them pretty good. Um, but getting back to PK, that's why I didn't know who he was, you know.
Mhm.
So he said, okay, here's what you do. You got to shoot Boy George this way, that way. You know, everybody has a little preference you want. You got to give them what they want. And then it came backstage and he goes, oh, you nailed it, you know. And I got to shoot him. And normally they take one of your photographs out of 10. They took like at least 12 of mine to use. So that was
Wow.
nice. Yeah. And he paid very well, which he didn't have to because he's Boy George. But, you know, and and you know what, I saw him. I didn't even recognize him backstage, to be honest with you, because I had all access that time, and I didn't even recognize him backstage, you know. And normally I do my job and I stay out of it. I try not to be a nuisance, and you know, and even when you're shooting, you don't want to interfere with the show. You don't interfere with the person's frame of mind, and you just got to be hidden. Even though I shoot like I'm hidden, I'm shooting. I'm always wearing something not like black. You know, that's just my style. You know, it's like my brand. It's like, you know, I want them to remember me, so I'll dress stylish or whatever, and get to meet them. You know, and then, you know, because it opens doors. It's going to be a part of my book, telling them how to network. You know, you meet a couple of friends, and that's how you open the door. You can, you know, and you still got to deliver a product. You know, you have to still deliver the product, but you have to be lucky. You know, and shoot everything. You know, like if you're a young photographer, shoot the local band. You know, shoot the local bar. You know, I learned from bars in New York City, from shooting drag queens to shooting rock bands in dingy old lit places. That's how you learn your craft. You know, and you're gonna get that even when you get, you know, if you can shoot through that, you can shoot anywhere. You know, because with the lighting.
That's really interesting. And of course, you also had some interesting stories as well, too. What's been your most interesting project you've done, and what's probably like the most challenging you've done and you've executed like flawless?
I would say the most challenging concert I ever shot was probably Adam Ant,
Hmm.
because the lighting was it's always a lighting. The lighting is always a challenge, you know, and he had two big spotlights on him right in his face. So getting those settings, like you shooting those settings, was very challenging to only shoot three songs. So that was very challenging. I just did Jane's Addiction, which I loved.
Yeah, they're really good. Love them.
I loved them. Lighting wasn't great there. That was a challenge, but I wound up getting some great shots from that. And it's another thing too, is like I almost didn't make it in there because I didn't have the right pass. I had a photo pass, but I didn't have a pit pass. There was two. Now that's another thing in my book is you got to be friendly. You can't be an attitude, especially with security guards and security of the pit. You know, they're your friends. They can make you or break you, you know. So I always respect them, take care of them, whatever I got to do to show respect, say goodbye to them, because he got me to find a manager, else I would have missed that show if I didn't get along. And, you know, not saying like some photographer, I got paid to be here. I was supposed to be here. You're not going to get the manager of the band. I'm not going to get Dave Navarro's manager or Stephen Perkins' manager. I'm not going to be able to get them. They're all watching the show, so you won't get on. So I had to do me, you know. And I was friendly with the security and stuff, and they got me connected to the right person, and I got it. But that was pretty scary and challenging too. But that's a part of the business, you know. You can't, you know, you have to get along with everybody. You never know who's going to get you that, you know, especially the pit guys. They may give you that extra picture, you know, stuff like that. Some other nice. Nile Rodgers was a great guy. Nile Rodgers, and he had the same pants on that I had.
Oh, wow.
So I see him and I said, "Oh, you must have got the same place I did, Amazon." You know.
Thank you, Jeff Bezos. Thank you.
So he laughed about it. He was fun, you know. But you know, so it's, I mean, and if there was and I, you know, I don't kiss and tell either, you know. So like certain stories I would never say, but nothing's been bad. You know, everything's been fun. You know, we did after parties in LA with rock stars, and we had a great time. And Eileen, being with Eileen Shapiro, it opens up a lot of doors, and we worked good together, like a two-teamer, a double
Hmm.
team. Uh, and I'm usually shooting with all her celebrities, and it's opened up the door, and I can't wait to get back out there.
And, and, and of course, going from the concerts as well too. You're also on the fashion runway as well too, like with Sue
Love
Wong
fashion.
and the World Fashion Parade, movie premieres, and everything like that. And Sue Wong, that's been a big topic these days as well too. So she's known for all that, along with World Fashion Parade. Of course, we talked about the red carpet, but fashion runways and everything like that. That's also just as big as concerts as well.
I love fashion. I love fashion. I love fashion shows, and that's a thrill too to do that, and that's not as hard as like a red carpet to me, Well, I shouldn't say that too, because the bigger the fashion show, the more wolves in the pit, so to speak.
Hmm.
Photographers you have to deal with in the pit. So that could be challenging too, and it could be great. It could be not as bad as a red carpet, but it can be at sometimes. But I do love shooting fashion, and that I love. And I do like, and I like movie premieres. I like to shoot movie premieres. I just did The Elevator with Eric Roberts
Oh,
movie.
okay.
He was really nice. First met him, we were like, this is going to be one of those days, like. And make a long story short, we got along great, and he was funny as hell. But when you meet at first, it's like, it's the whole thing. I said, you ain't Madonna, Madonna's in her own world. Madonna, and who I would like to shoot was Grace Jones. Is the only person that I didn't shoot, and I was a little upset. What happened was a friend of mine, big Grace Jones fan, so I had a choice of Madonna or Grace Jones. I gave him Grace Jones because he always wanted to see her. But
Hmm.
so he wound up in her trailer, and while she was smoking and like being naked.
Oh my gosh, what was that? 100% of the time you can't tell what she's wearing. So how do you
I
know?
know, but she was so cool. He said, I missed that, so I hope I get a chance to do that again.
Hmm.
Billy Idol, I like to shoot once, because I'm a big Elvis fan and he's a big Elvis fan. So I like to meet him because I got a surprise for him. I got actually an Elvis belt I want to give him. So you know, he was a part of my growing up in the '80s, and singing and stuff. So I like to shoot him. We had almost had a couple. It's not easy, to get the right person to get into the show. Like you know what I'm saying. It's not always not everybody can get it. Get into shows, and including me, and including many others. You got to. You think you got the right connection to talk to, and you don't. So I'm still working on that.
Hmm. And what are some of the more interesting movie premieres you've been to shooting, and what's also the most challenging movie premiere you had experienced?
I would have to say, I would have to say The Elevator was pretty challenging because they moved the location because of COVID again,
Oh,
and
wow.
and then it was a small place to shoot, and you had a photographer shoot. You had a couple people that were like friends of directors and stuff shooting in front of you, and a small area. So that was kind of challenging and annoying, but a lot of amateurs were there. But at the end of the day, it was good. But that was pretty challenging. Billy Porter's movie, The Boss, I think it was. I think it was The Boss. I'm not sure. I'm the Boss or something. That was a fun one because Billy Porter and Tiffany Hardish, she was actually talked to us and Eileen on the red carpet, and then because I've shot Billy Porter a few times. Very nice guy. And that was a fun one. You
Hmm.
know, now as an A-list, I was an A-list carpet. Yeah, and after and the photographers were professionals. A couple, it was a fun one, and they actually got to speak to them because he knows Eileen, they know us. So it was pretty good. That was fun to get to have a few laughs for a change. On the
and, and
red carpet.
and and of course having a few laughs as well too. We'll talk about your book, and since you brought that up, we'd like to hear more about it. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson's of Missing, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. We'll be back with worldwide celebrity photographer from New York, Billy Hess, after this timeout. We're back with worldwide celebrity photographer from New York, Billy Hess, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And I love hearing your stories, Billy, and how you got started and just all the stories you had, including all the great celebrities. And you also mentioned you're also writing a book as well, too. And let's hear more about that and when that's going to come out.
Well, I'm in the midst of writing it with Eileen Shapiro's actually writing it for me. And I'm thinking up to chapter 4. And it's basically going to be it's going to show some of the work that I've done, and it's also going to show other photographers how to get those passes to get in, how to meet celebrities, how to act, how to do your work, how to get good work out there, all the things you need to know that they don't teach you in photography school, and you learn by trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything from networking to social media to a reputation. And I go into all those aspects. So I hope it'll be a help book for people to actually shoot photography, whether it's red carpets, whether it's fashion. It's all pretty much the same. Just the connections are different. The networking is different. But once you get the name out there, it's important. I'm going to teach them in that book that you have to have work. You have to show your work, no matter what it is. If it's a local band, if the pictures are great, that's how you work your way up till you get your first known superstar, and then it can open up because they're going to want, because when you do A-list celebrities, they're going to want to see you work. 9 out of 10 times, but in this world, it's who you know too. But that's what it's going to be. It's going to teach that, and and maybe show you. And I might go into some things that happened to me that I've learned, lessons from, or things that I believe in that helped me, so it's gonna be interesting, I hope.
Mm-hmm. How about some other do's and don'ts you could also offer as well, too? Just a few more, not everything, but just a few more do's and don'ts that aspiring photographers should know about.
Well, first of all, a do's or don'ts is number one, you have to be respected, and people gotta like you. You have to take a step back, because the celebrity might test you right off the bat, because people don't like people shoot pictures. Never shoot a picture in the dressing room.
Oh yeah, that's a big no, I'm sure.
Okay, so never go backstage. There should never be a camera in a backstage thing. But then I've gotten many, because I've gotten many, but I would never take a picture without a permission or someone asked me. So that's a no. Never bring a picture. Never bring a camera in. And I did actually a concert recently. I did a show recently, and they allowed cameras in the dressing room. They allowed a couple of photographers, which was not right. And I actually someone actually stole a lens from me from there. So
Wow.
it's like, those are the do's, and that's one of the do's and don'ts, and get along with on the red carpet. Do's and don'ts is let everybody get their shot. As the celebrity's walking down, each person gets a shot. If you take care of the one on your right, that one will take care of you. You take care of the left, they'll all take care of you. So you got to work together as a team so everybody gets their shot, and that's a couple of the things that you have to really do. And networking is the most important. You never know when you're going to meet somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And do a lot of charity work.
Oh yes, I think that I've heard something about that: charity, volunteer work, pro bono, and everything, and or just put your name on it or something. I've heard a lot about that.
There's no money in shooting concert photography. You're not gonna make a living unless you're one of the top 4 in the country. You're not gonna make a living doing. You have to do other things too. You'd have to do CD covers, work promoters. Very good thing. Work for venues. Somebody might know a person that runs a venue. You could be a photographer for the venue. There, you can get a gold mine full of concerts you can get. So those are the type of things that get you in, you know. You can work for photography, stock agencies. You can work for Getty Images, whatever, you know.
Yeah, Getty Images. I've seen those too, and you can also make a great deal of them as well too. And don't forget the animals and wildlife too. So
Yeah, I love shooting them, but you know, it's hard to even get the time to do that anymore, you know. And you can sell your stock, but the thing is, to me, it's like I would I would have to do work for them. I would have to work, and they would give me assignments. I don't want to have to do those assignments, you know. So I like to work my own pace, you know, and not have to do it when they call you to go out there, you know. So that's the only thing. And plus, you know, you want it to be yours, you know, you want it to sell it, you know, or you know, my pictures are normally not. I usually don't sell my pictures. Depends on what I'm doing. I mean, like, I don't sell it. One thing about a photographer, you're not. If you take a picture of someone, a celebrity like that, and you put, then nobody wants you to sell them commercially and put them on shirts. Or like, I took a picture, you put it on a pillow, like that beautiful pillow, by the way. I love it.
oh, thank you.
So I love that. And and some people will take pictures and put these artists on their pictures on pillows and sell them. That's what artists don't want.
Yeah,
You know?
it's almost like copyright infringement, and I think that's something that's probably covered in the book as well too, and some details on that. And there's also some laws and regulations, and I'm sure that just simply just say, hey, if you follow these, you'll stay out of trouble.
And always make sure that they give you photo credit. You know, like there's times where people use your picture and they don't give you photo credit. So if you don't have photo credit, you've never been in that magazine, you
Hmm.
know? And it's not like, and people think just because you have a watermark on your picture, if it's on if it's on the internet, or if it's in print, if it's on the internet, especially, you want your name in there as at least under the picture typed, so that so when someone searches your name, your photos will pop up. Things will pop up. So that's important too. Is you got to get photo credit, especially, you know, a lot of times you're doing things for free, but you got to at least get photo credit. You know,
Hmm.
that's like you writing an article in the paper and not putting your name on. You know,
Hmm. And I think that's important as well too. And I've been in journalism for quite some time, and you always put your name on it as a byline. It's like you got to know who you are, who wrote the story. They can come to you and say, "Hey, it's great," or "It sucks,"
right.
stuff like that. So at least they know who to go to.
That's true. So you got to get photo credit, or writing a story. You make sure your name's on it, not contributor, not the name contributor. make sure make sure your name's on there. You know, because that's important when people start googling you. You want your work to pop up. You know.
Hmm.
And
And of
I've
course,
got jobs that way. I've gotten jobs where they were, you know, and I usually send them to my website, and that's usually, you know, locks them in. But sometimes they want to see what you wrote, and then you know what you wrote for, you know, and your name pops up with a journalist. It'll pop up. You know, it's important. You know, internet. You know, social media is where everybody searches you now. You know, and another thing to do is don't put fake followers on your Instagrams. Don't pay for them, you
mm,
know, have them natural, because everybody knows. You see a person there with 50,000 followers and they have like 2 likes, you know, have genuine followers and work on it, you know. And you know, if people look at your social media, they say, oh, he has a 50,000 followers, they know if it's fake or not, you know. And that brings down your credibility.
hmm and also LinkedIn as well too. That's also a good source as well too. And of course, you got Twitter and TikTok. I guess that's kind of a question mark as well too. But there's obviously Facebook, and of course, just other social websites that some people don't even know about.
It's hard to keep up with them, you know, like, you know, Twitter's a big thing that people do. And I'm not a big Twitter person. I'm on Twitter, but like, I wish you know, you want one platform and I want to shoot on all of them, you know. So or Instagram, and I do some Facebook, and and then some of my stuff on Facebook will go on Twitter, you know. Uh, but you know, I'm not a big Twitter. You can't do it all, you know. That's why there's companies that people pay to do it, you know, and do all your social media and stuff. And I also own a business in Manhattan. I'm partners with the celebrity stylist Mark the Elvis. He's a celebrity hairstylist,
Hmm.
and we're partners in the business in the city. So I'm actually doing that too. So it's a lot. It's hard, you know. And that keeps me busy too, you know.
Hmm. And that sounds really interesting. Of course, we talk about social media, photographs, and everything else. And where can we find all your work at, Billy?
Well, you can find my work at Instagram at Billy Hess Photos, and Facebook Billy Hess photos. You know, I don't know. Billy Hess. Just Google me and I'll come in. My website is it's www.billyhess.com, and right up there, if you want a photo shoot or something like that, we'll discuss it and give you what you want, what you're looking for, and we'll get more. It's like when we shoot, when I do a studio job, normally if it's for a record company or something, I do a cover. I always get what the manager wants, a person wants, and then after that, I might see something in something, and then we'll try something different. And 9 out of 10 times we get extra, we get new looks, and I like to, once that person's comfortable with you and trusts you, you make art. But the first thing you do is you got to give them what they want.
And I think that's very important as well, too. Once again, we're a worldwide celebrity photographer from New York, Billy Hess here on the Mike Wagner Show. Billy, just a few more minutes. You've been absolutely fantastic. I'd love to have you back on. And what else can we expect from you in 2022 and beyond, Billy, besides your book?
Hopefully some concerts. Hopefully, we don't have a schedule now, but LA's calling us always to come over, and we're a little nervous going to LA. We want to be safe, but if it's the right gig and it's the right concert or show or red carpet, we'll be doing that, because I hear we'll be doing on Grammys. We're doing some Grammy stuff coming up, but they canceled that to I think March. So we're doing a Grammy red carpet again, and I hope to be shooting some album covers and from some new expiring artists that I think are going to be superstars, and I'm looking to have fun like that, and I'm going to do a lot more portraits too.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. And we'll find that on a website. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
I'd have to say my father influenced me biggest in my career as a photographer, because my father gave me the drive and gave me the love of it, and it kept me off the streets in the project. So I thank him. God rest his soul.
Oh, that's so heartwarming. I love it. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
The best advice to give to a photographer right now?
Just either in general or photographer or both.
I'll give you it in general for everybody. Never underestimate the power of passion in anything you do. Passion is powerful. Whether you're behind the mic, whether you're behind the camera, if you have passion for something, it can get you through the hurdles. A lot of people love what they do, but they don't have passion, to do anything, whether it's art, whether it's interviewer, whether photographer, singer. You got to have passion. Don't underestimate it, because you get very far.
And of course, photographer as well too. So
yes, you got to love what you do and have passion. Not only love it, you have to have passion for it.
And that's
never easy,
and that's
so not easy. People think it's you're around celebrities and you're shooting a concert and that's it. It's like, yourself, you shoot, you got to edit, you're in a hotel room getting pictures ready that the PR wants tomorrow, this one wants tomorrow, the manager wants this tomorrow, TV shows want this tomorrow. So you're not after the show's over, and even if you're traveling with a band or something, you're not with the band partying all night. You're working on the photographs with the management, because you need to get them out in the morning.
That's very important as well too, and something to keep in mind for all the aspiring photographers. That's a really good point you brought up. So that was amazing. And once again, we're with worldwide celebrity photographer from New York, Billy Hess, here on the Mike Wagner Show. Billy, a very big thank you for your time. Learned a lot from you. You're absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date, keep in touch, and we'd love to have you back on. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact you, where can people purchase, or even say check out your works?
www.billyhess.com will get you where you need to go, or Instagram, you can contact me, but my website, you can contact me right there.
We certainly will do so. Once again, Billy, a very big thank you for your time. You've been totally amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date, keep in touch. We'd love to have you back. We wish you all the best, and you definitely have a great future ahead of you.
Thank you, Mike. God bless.